Hey guys, this is Jerry. I thought of a story today that I wanted to share. So last year I was involved with a Chinese movie and I met some, I guess you could call them Chinese American actresses or Chinese actresses. There was one girl in particular that struck a nerve with me. She was a model, Chinese model. Very pretty girl, pretty good personality too, at least on the surface. The red flags started showing when every time she'd come on set, I would see a guy driving her. And it was this guy, he's a pretty good looking guy, drove a Mercedes or some good car, so obviously had a good job, very rich. He wasn't part of the movie though. And at first I thought maybe he was just an actor, that's why he's driving her, because they're both coming on set. But later it turns out he didn't have a role. I asked him, I said, "Are you in the movie, by the way?" He's like, "No, I'm not in the movie." I'm like, "Do you want to be in the movie?" He's like, "No, I don't want to be in the movie." So I go up to this model girl. I say, "So why do you have him just drive you around? Don't you know he has other things to do?" And she's like, "Well, he wants to drive me around." And so I ask her, I say, "Does he really just want to drive you around? Are you sure you're not leading him on or something?" She thought about it for a second, and then I ask her, I say, "So do you like him?" And she tells me, "No, I don't feel anything when I'm with him." So I tell her, I say, "You make him drive you around, or you ask him to drive you around and he volunteers, but you don't feel anything. He's not getting any benefit out of this, is he?" And she says, "Well, he is getting some benefit. He gets to drive a pretty girl around. That's his privilege." And I heard that and I just cracked up inside. I'm sure maybe there are some people, they just like driving pretty girls around, but I'm pretty sure this guy thought by driving her around, she was gonna like him or appreciate him, which she obviously didn't. And I felt so bad for this guy. I mean, it's his choice after all, and whatever ideology, whatever term you use, he was blue pill or whatever other word you could use to describe him, I can't help but call out that model girl. Why? I get it, you're pretty, but you just feel absolutely no shame, absolutely no moral qualms about asking a random guy to drive you everywhere. I mean, I don't even think the guy lived close. He probably drove an hour to get to her place and then drive her another half an hour. And yes, maybe he liked it. He liked driving a pretty girl around and showing off his Mercedes, but I'm pretty sure he was being led on too. And the really sad part about this model girl, and I think this is endemic to girls who are very pretty, I don't think she really had any close friends. She invited me to her birthday party and I went. It was at a little restaurant and there were a lot of guys there, there were a lot of girls there, but you can tell by all their body language that they weren't that comfortable there. Meaning that most of them weren't really close with her. Even her besties, her fellow models, weren't that close with her. And this is where I go into cause and effect. Was it the fact that she never understood how to appreciate people that caused this sort of lack of real friends in her? Or was it the lack of real friends in her because every guy friend just wanted to get with her and every girlfriend just saw her as potential competition when they weren't in front of each other? Did that cause her to adopt this sort of parasitic, take advantage of people mentality? I don't know which way the causation arrow goes. And maybe it's a little bit of both. The world she's in and then her own personality caused the fact that no one wants to really be her friend. I mean, eventually I reflected on her after I left the area and I was in a different city, and I thought about which one of my people I know I should really stay in touch with, which I should just completely push away. And she was one of those I didn't even want to stay in touch with. I don't want parasites in my life. So that's all I have to say. For those of you who've known really pretty girls or known models, or how were they? Were they always the type I described? Not many close friends, just didn't see anything wrong with taking advantage of guys who were kind of into them? Let me know. I really want to hear your analysis on this. Thank you guys so much.